Hello and welcome to the Fairy Elephant Effect podcast. I'm Elizabeth Walter, author of the Fairy Elephant Effect book, and here we talk about subjects that truly matter because you matter. Everything starts and ends with you. This is a space where I share my own journey recovering from complex post-traumatic stress disorder, living with severe anxiety, panic attacks, phobias, and the heavy weight of poor self-beliefs and life stories that kept me very stuck. But this isn't just about my story. Here we shine a light on transformation, on what happens when we change our narrative, reclaim our worth, and move into new and powerful chapters of our life. You hear conversations, reflections, and inspiring interviews with people who have rewritten their stories and stepped into lives they never thought possible. So if you are ready to release what no longer serves you, embrace what does, and discover the truth of who you are, this is your place. Welcome to the Fairy Elephant Effect podcast. Hello and welcome to all the listeners. Today I am joined by Renee Ormond, an empowerment coach, ultimate cycle breaker, and a 9D Breathwork Facilitator based in Tūrangi. Renee guides women to release outdated stories so they can create new and abundant realities. What inspires her most is the transformation from old self to new. And in this conversation, we dive into that powerful shift. Whether it's through one-to-one coaching, group sessions, or her transformational breathwork, Renee helps women step into freedom and abundance. This is an inspiring episode I don't want you to miss. So welcome, Renee, to the podcast. So pleased to have you here.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for the very warm welcome. I am honoured to be here on your podcast today.
Well, cool. I mean, it's just always wonderful to have guests on the podcast because you find out what other amazing women are doing in the world. And, you know, I've been following you for a little bit. Your story's fantastic. And I love the way that you're helping empower women to be different, do different, and have different. I know you read a little bit of my Fairy Elephant Effect book. And we're going to dive into the first question because we'll get, this going. The listeners are going to be wanting to hear what you have to say. So, did any of the book's themes like emotional story release, inner child work, or reclaiming truth align with what you already do in your own work or life?
Yes, it sure did. It sure did. As soon as I read what you have produced in your book, it hit home immediately, especially around the reclaiming truth part, because I feel for me, that's exactly what my whole entire life's journey has been, is coming home to ourselves. And as mundane as that can sound, the actual journey in itself is such a transformation. It's sometimes it can be hard to be put into words because that's just how huge that journey is. And it's your soul calling. It's your soul calling you in to being where you should be in your mindset, in your state, in your spirit, in all things. Because once we align to that place, that is when the things that are meant for us will show themselves, which means we have such a more fulfilling trajectory of life instead of following one that is just not designed for our souls. So yes, what you had in your book definitely aligned with reclaiming truth.
Wow, that's really powerful. And it's so interesting. I was just talking to one of my clients yesterday, and we were talking about the fact that when we start designing our life, things happen instead of our life just being accidents. And those accidents can take us to really dark places or dead ends. And we go, how do we get here? But by, accepting the fact that we're here for a soul connection, and that we have a soul calling, and acting upon that changes everything. So yeah, I really hear that from you. And truth has to be our truth, come from the inside, outside, and then we start making great waves in the world. So the
Yes.
second question is, do you have a fairy elephant effect story, a time when someone else's words or actions shaped your identity in a way that you had to unlearn or reclaim? Because that's what happens with that fairy elephant effect. It gets in, but like that old toothpaste ad, the chalk gets in, and then we live from that perspective. And you and I both help people change their perspectives and start living in a new way.
Yes, most definitely. So as we're speaking on this topic, I'll speak to the story that comes to mind right now.
Oh,
And
well,
so
good.
thank you. So I became a nurse 14 years ago, right? And I was on a journey to become this role model in life. And what I had discovered upon doing my own inner work is I had created a belief that I had to become a positive role model for my son because I had him when I was 16. And so somewhere along my life, I had picked up that I wasn't already a positive role model just purely by being me. I had to go outside of myself to seek this positivity that I thought I didn't already possess, which took me on a 14-year goose chase to nowhere. Now,
Wow.
yeah. As the years went on, I just, as in hindsight, looking back, nursing is an amazing profession, yes, but it was truly not where I was meant to be. But the fairy elephant effect in all of the themes that I picked up in my career, where people would tell me, Renee, you're such a great nurse. Oh my gosh, you're helping so many people. You've got such a kind, empathetic character. Oh my gosh, that you were meant for this. And I believed that. So for me, picking up these stories and them being reinforced by the people that were around me made me believe that that's where I should be. But deep down inside, I was unhappy. I was crying every day. I did not want to go.
Yeah.
That I didn't understand what true self was back then. So I was led by everything outside of me. And I on this journey to finding something, I didn't know what exactly I was looking for. I couldn't find it because it was already within me. But the reframe had to come from my true self when I eventually did the work to peel away the layers of things that everyone else and things outside of myself had taught me to believe. I sat there when when that belief came to me, I had discovered that I created this belief that I had to be a positive role model for my son. I was gobsmacked. I was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that the last 14 years have been fueled by an illusion that I wasn't already a positive role model. How did I do that to myself? And so once I claimed my power back, once I realized the truth of everything that was happening, I was on the phone to my boss and I quit that day because I knew that my truth and my soul calling was right there knocking on the door. And all I had to do was open it. And by releasing that illusion, that belief, that limiting belief that I had carried around for 14 years, I was able to step into my soul's truth, my soul's purpose, which is why I am here today to help other women awaken to that part of them that lives so deep. It just has so many magical things waiting for you. And until we release everything that's not for us, unfortunately, it's going to take us to those places that are not serving us. So, yeah, that's my
Wow.
story.
That was a very powerful fairy elephant effect. And,
Mm,
other people's voices, we think that they may be right over
yeah.
our own voice because, oh, well, they can see that. So I just keep going on that, on that direct trajectory, even though it's not right for me. And the thing
Yes.
is, we're all capable of lots of things. That doesn't mean we do them because they don't actually unalign to our soul's purpose. And unalign to, I like to call them elements, the places where we get energy by doing what we're doing. And if we're in a place where we're doing something and our energy gets depleted, it's the wrong direction. But we keep a lot of people, and you would know, we would both know, people that just keep going that wrong direction and say, why isn't things getting better for me? Because that is not their element. That isn't their zone of genius. That isn't where they get energy, where life starts to be like the stream, and it's beautiful and it's clear and it's moving in the right directions. So that was a very, very good example of fairy elephant effect, and thank you so much for sharing that.
You're
A lot
welcome.
of people are going to take something from that because they're going to hear themselves within that story. And that's
Yes.
why it's important to be in like this environment so we can talk about those stories, because those things really matter. A lot of the
They
other
sure
stuff
do.
doesn't matter at all. Hey.
That's
Which
right.
leads me to my question.
Yes.
What is 9D breathwork? I haven't heard of that, and I'm very interested to hear more.
Okay, so 9D breathwork is a modern somatic healing practice that uses conscious breathing, sound healing, binaural beats, and hypnotic suggestion to promote emotional release, stress reduction, and personal growth by helping individuals access and reprogram their subconscious minds. So the 9D refers to the 9 layers of audio, vibration, and voice used in the practice to create an immersive multi-sensory experience designed to induce expanded states of awareness and facilitate deep healing.
Wow. So do you have workshops on this? People come to you in Tūrangi, or do you travel? How do people get access to come along and experience this experience with you?
I'm holding a session on Friday in Tūrangi I can hold 12 people at a time. So
Wow.
the 9D breathwork actually comes with a kit, and the kit is can come with 12 headphones. So therefore I can hold 12 people in one session in person. And then I'm working on being able to hold sessions online, because in that way, if you can't show up in person, if you live in another city, if you live in another country, or purely just to be able to hold space for more than 12 people, having it online is a great way to access many. So that's what I'm working on currently.
Fantastic. And that a lot of people are going to hear that. It sounds very interesting. And so what kind of your price range for this?
So at the moment, it's around $60 per session. I'm also looking at holding like 6-week concessions, because that way you have the healing, you have the integration, you have the healing, and you have the integration, and you can work on a lot more if you have that block of extended time that you are working towards healing a particular moment that you might be going through in your life, and that can even stretch out to 12 weeks. So that's what that looks like at the moment.
I would love to do that, and I think a 6-week course is good. And I will put, what way is the best way for them to contact you? So if you can send me your social, I can put that in there as well as your email. Is that a good way for people to contact you as well?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
And so so I think this is a great thing. It's something I didn't know about. It's something I'm interested in.
Yeah.
So that's cool.
I'd love to hold a session for you.
Today we've had a little bit of problem with internet, people, but that's normal kind of stuff when we're doing energy work. Quite often there's a little bit of a shift. So those are some of the things. You also do one-to-one, and people can find out about those containers as well. And I think that would be really good. And anything else that you would like to add today before we sign off? Brilliant.
I would just like to personally say thank you for inviting me to be here today. It's a great way for me to show up in my truth, share what I bring to the world, and also meet other people just like yourself, so we can connect and share this medicine with people that are looking for it. Great way to network and just be a part of this expansive healing collective that is going on in the world at the moment. And for any woman that is listening, I would just want to say, if you are on a journey to self-discovery, to self-transformation, to healing, it is the most rewarding journey ever. It can be very challenging, but it is very important to have others around you who can totally give you that support to navigate through it, because it can be challenging, but so rewarding. So thank you very much, Elizabeth. Thank you for having me here, and thank you to all the listeners. I appreciate that.
Oh, Renee, it's been a real pleasure. I just love seeing what you're doing, as I said before, because every time we start showing up, we create the right ripple in the pond, and it gives other people, women or men, permission to start their healing journey, because they can see the benefits, and this is really living. This is living in the right way. Yeah.
That's right.
Thank you so much. And to the listeners, thank you for tuning in. I will put all the details of Renee in the bottom of the post. Please share this recording with anybody that you think there may be value to, because I feel there has been a lot of value today. Bye, Renee. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you again for joining me on the Fairy Elephant Effect podcast, where each week we talk about subjects that matter, subjects that help us change our lives and change the direction we're going in. If you have any inquiries about today's episode, please don't hesitate to email me at lizziesinsightscoaching.com. And if you felt inclined or inspired by this episode, please go to Buzzsprout and subscribe. Become one of my first subscribers at either $3 a month, $5 a month, or $10 a month. I would absolutely appreciate that. And thank you again, and we will see you, or you'll hear me next week. Bye for now.